Now, according to a new study, the coronavirus could linger in a man's testicles, making men prone to longer, more severe cases of illness. This is not hump day news. This is sad news for men. But all right, this is how we're starting our hump day. Researchers tracked the recovery of 68 patients in Mumbai, India, to study the gender disparity of the virus, which makes a worse toll on men, according to a preliminary report posted on MedRix, which hosts unpublished medical research papers. Dr. Aditi Shastri, an oncologist at Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx, and her mother, Dr. Jayanti Shastri, a microbiologist at the Kasturba Hospital for Infectious Diseases in Mumbai, said the virus attaches itself to a protein that occurs in high levels in the testicles, which makes sense because you can pass coronavirus from semen. We talked about that in last week's hump day. Meanwhile, I don't know how many people watched The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. Dennis Rodman, he was a power forward on Michael Jordan's last championship team. He's a bit crazed. He was married to Carmen Electra for 2 days in a drunken stupor in Las Vegas. And in one of the episodes of the documentary, there was Michael Jordan pulling Dennis Rodman out of a hotel room with Carmen Electra to get him back to the basketball courts. So now we recently also learned about Dennis Rodman's wild nights with hotties and vodka with Kim Jong Un of North Korea. Yes, we recently got to know how Kim Jong Un really holds court when NBA legend Dennis Rodman dished on his bromance with the Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Un. While appearing on ex-boxer Mike Tyson's HotBoxin podcast a few weeks ago, Rodman spilled all the details of his 2013 trip to Pyongyang when he was traveling with the Harlem Globetrotters and other dignitaries. After a game, Kim Jong Un invited Rodman back to his home for a wild party that Rodman says included vodka, hotties, and karaoke. Rodman detailed how an 18-piece band of hot women came out and only played this theme song from the 1978 TV show Dallas. We have some video. Let's hear.
We go to dinner, and we just shooting this we getting drunk and stuff like that. He gets up, starts singing karaoke. He has like this 18-piece women's band. I mean, these girls are hot.
But only singing the song to Dallas. That's hilarious. He added that he saw Kim Jong-un's military and missiles, but he never talked politics with the dictator. The politics, I don't get involved with that, he said. I came here to bring sports, said Rodman. And when it comes to Kim Jong-un's alleged poor health, Rodman says reports have been wildly exaggerated. He told the New York Post last week that he believed his old pal was doing just fine and probably spending his time, like most Americans, watching the Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. Meanwhile, porn star Ron Jeremy, he's famous from the 1970s. He's an old, heavy-set guy now, but he was a famous porn star back from the 1970s. There he is. He complained Saturday on Twitter that Con Edison, who is the electric company, wants to cut down a tree in Queens his father planted the day he was born on March 12, 1953. The tweet includes a 2-year-old picture showing Jeremy hugging the tree on Bell Boulevard near Horace Harding Hardway. "Help me save the tree," Jeremy wrote in a tweet. "The tree was planted by my dad the day I was born. Please let Con Edison know that they cannot tear down this tree." But Con Edison says the tree is on city property and that it will be up to the Parks Department to remove it. Now, Jeremy, who's hunkering down in a Hollywood hotel during the pandemic, told the Daily News that a neighbor who looks after the tree alerted him this week that its trunk was wrapped in yellow tape. "I looked after that tree my whole life. They tried to chop down the tree years ago, but I wouldn't let them. I even belted myself to the tree." Well, Jeremy made headlines in November 2017 when more than a dozen women accused him of sexual assault spanning 3 decades in a Rolling Stone article. Strip clubs are starting to also open up, and it's now pole dancing and hand sanitizer, at least certainly in a Wyoming strip club. Exotic dancers at the Den, the rural strip club on the Colorado-Wyoming border, recently returned to work, but the dancers are following state rules and wearing masks. Some are wearing bandanas, some are wearing surgical masks. One mask looks as if it was swiped from a construction site. They're seeming odd accessory for women wearing a mix of G-strings, bikinis, lingeries, but following the rules of masks. Now, there's no way in the world, by the way, that you can social distance in a strip club. The whole idea that women, listen, I'm not a pastor. I've been around the block. You go to a strip club, the women make their money by dancing in front of you, not 6 feet away from you. So I don't know, wearing a face mask is going to do. Now, one of the strippers says, I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous because the virus is still out there, but I'm glad to be able to go back to work because a lot of people can't yet. The stimulus money was nice, but that's going to run out. And I don't like to feel like I'm dependent on the government. Now, at this particular strip club, the hand sanitizer is everywhere, but dancers are also touching patrons, exchanging cash. And I am sure that by the end of the day, the best, most sanitized place in the entire strip club will be each stripper's breasts, if the men keep giving hand sanitizer, Meanwhile, in Texas, they have a Go Topless Jeep weekend. And unfortunately, it led to 189 arrests. Not even the coronavirus pandemic could stop Texas's annual Go Topless Jeep weekend, a wild party that resulted in nearly 200 arrests, and they raised eyebrows on social media. A viral local report about the boozy beach bash in Galveston showed maskless revelers drinking, twerking, driving around in ATVs as cops just said it's impossible to enforce social distancing. Let's play the video clip.
Wash them hands for 20 seconds and keep them clean with the Germ-X. Totally.
So that segment by that woman became an instant classic with dozens sharing it on social media. Not even SNL could not write something as ridiculous as this actual real news report from my local station tweeted at Maria Rendon97. Now, the topless Jeep weekend rager resulted in 2 men getting shot after a fight and 189 people arrested. The majority for drug possession, some traffic citations, said the Galveston County Sheriff's Office. Meanwhile, officials have reminded the public to avoid touching other people's balls as crowd giggles. Yes, as the country slowly reopens amid the pandemic, officials are reminding residents to maintain certain social distance measures like not touching other people's balls, tennis balls, that is. Yes, ahead of tennis courts reopening in Long Island, New York, Nassau County, Executive Laura Curran emphasized the importance of only handling your own balls. If you and another player from another household, she explained during a press conference last week, you can touch each other's balls, but players should otherwise take every precaution to avoid coming in contact with balls of unknown origin. I would say that goes across the board, not only for tennis, but for all sorts of things. You should not be coming into contact with any person's balls of unknown origin.
You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. I'm going to blush, sorry.
Although she managed to get through most of the conference with a straight face, she broke when she told the audience to mark their balls to avoid mixing them up with other balls. Finally, a reporter was caught cheating. This was quite funny, except for the reporter and his poor wife. But a reporter was caught cheating when a half-dressed woman walked by at home during a live shot. A Spanish news anchor was broadcasting from his home when a naked female walked past in the background, and viewers were quick to play detective to discover the woman, what was not a wife, was not his girlfriend. That's right. Alfonso Merlos was hosting the Estado de Alarma channel live on YouTube a few weeks ago when his fellow journalist Alexa Rivas gave quite the cheeky display, leaving fans wondering what happened to Merlos' partner, Big Brother contestant Marta Lopez. The 41-year-old broadcaster said he and Lopez were not officially together when the publicized parade of impropriety occurred. We were on a break, he claims. According to Lopez, the couple, well, if anybody was watching, I just turned around. I didn't realize that we still had the picture there. I was going like, no, stay, don't walk past. There's actually nobody here. According to Lopez, the couple was still an item, but merely had a fight. And after quarantining together since March 14th, they spent 14 days apart, during which the spicy broadcast took place. Lopez told the outlet, I had been mad at Alfonso for 4 days. He didn't want me to do something that affected my family. I did it, and he got mad. We argued. But that still doesn't add up, because Rivas admitted she had been dating Merlos for 3 weeks. She told Socialite, I didn't go into the breakup of a relationship. He told me he was single, and we've been seeing each other now for 3 weeks. That was the naked woman who was walking past. Perhaps even more scandalous, Merlos and Rivas broke the strict rules for coronavirus social distancing. Spain has endured some of the world's toughest containment measures since March 14th, restricting leaving the house for anything other than essentials. And what's also funny is I've seen lots and lots of memes now where people started wearing jeans originally in the house. Then they went to sweatpants, and now people aren't even wearing clothes in the house anymore. They're literally just walking around naked. Everybody's quarantined for weeks and weeks and weeks. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.